All right, let's get right into it. We're about to break down a super high-stakes international incident that just went down. We're talking about a ghost ship, a massive smuggling empire, and a NATO country throwing down a direct challenge to Iran. So, picture this. February 19th, 2026. There's this container ship just sitting in the Kattegat Strait, a really busy shipping lane in Danish waters. But something's not right. It's flying a bogus flag, and when the authorities ask to see its papers, well, the crew does something totally desperate, and that's what kicks this whole thing off. So yeah, we're starting right in the thick of it, the Kattegat Strait. What should have been just a boring routine check is about to blow up into a major international crisis. Let's walk through exactly how it all went down. And things escalated so fast. It starts with Denmark just asking for papers, right? The ship claims it's from the Comoros Islands, but when Denmark checks, Comoros is like, no, we have no record of that ship. Total lie. So now they're cornered, and in a last-ditch effort, the crew literally raises an Iranian flag overnight. But you know what? Denmark didn't flinch. They seized the vessel. So what is this mystery ship? Well, it turns out this isn't its first rodeo. This vessel is basically a professional con artist with a long, shadowy history of deception. Just look at this timeline. In only 8 months, this ship had a complete identity crisis. It started as the Saras, which was already sanctioned by the US. Then it becomes the Nora and lies about its registration. Not once, but twice. First Aruba, then Comoros. You can just feel the panic when they finally got caught and threw up that Iranian flag as a Hail Mary. This thing isn't just a ship, it's a ghost, and it's part of a much bigger, much shadier network. And that brings us to this key idea, the shadow fleet. This is the world these ships live in. They're designed to be phantoms, tools for countries to get around sanctions. They do it by hiding who owns them, turning off their tracking signals to just disappear, and using all sorts of fake documents. And the Nora was a pro. Over the last year, it made more than 10 trips to Russia, and every single time it got close, poof, it turned off its tracking transponder and went dark. What's even crazier, its safety certification was pulled, which means it was officially unseaworthy. But did it stop? Nope. It kept sailing through busy European waters for another 6 months, smuggling both Iranian and Russian oil the whole time. Okay, so here's the kicker. This one ship, it's just the tip of the iceberg. It's a tiny piece of a truly massive global smuggling machine. Get this. US intelligence has tied over 50, that's 50, vessels to this one single network. 50 ships all operating in the shadows, just like the Nora. And what's it all worth? An estimated $38 billion. That's the revenue they generate every single year, and that's just from dodging sanctions on Iranian oil. It's an absolutely mind-blowing number. And this isn't some small-time operation. It's global. It spans at least 17 different countries, using all these front companies and confusing ownership structures to hide what they're doing. So who's pulling the strings? This chart lays it all out. The whole network is run by a guy named Mohammed Hossein Shamkhani, who uses fake names like Hugo Hayek. And his father? Oh, he's just Ali Shamkhani, one of the most powerful people in Iran, a top advisor to the supreme leader and the former defense minister. The ship itself was tied to a front company called Real Shipping. So yeah, there's a direct line from this ghost ship right to the very top of the Iranian regime. Which brings us to the geopolitics of it all. See, when Denmark seized this ship, it wasn't just enforcing maritime law. It was a huge strategic move on the world stage. And to really get why, you have to understand NATO's Article 5. It's the absolute heart of the alliance. It basically says that an attack on one member, in this case Denmark, is an attack on all 30-plus members, including, the United States. And that puts Iran in a really, really tough spot. I mean, look at their options here. They're both terrible for Tehran. Option 1, they retaliate against Denmark. That would be a huge mistake, risking a full-on war with the entire NATO alliance. But option 2, they do nothing. That makes them look weak and basically gives a green light to every other European country to start grabbing their illegal ships. They are totally and completely boxed in. So what happens now? What does this mean for the future? Well, this one event has just set a brand new precedent in the whole economic fight against sanctions evasion. And this quote says it all. This wasn't just some random accident. It was a planned, coordinated move. You see, the US sanctioned the network, and then a few months later, a European ally makes a move. It's a sign of a new, united front against Iran's shadow economy. So let's wrap this all up. a NATO country grabbed a key ship from a $38 billion smuggling network, a network that goes right to the top of the Iranian government. And because of NATO's Article 5, Iran can't really do anything about it without risking a massive war. This one move has now set a powerful new example for the rest of Europe. And that really leaves us with this one big question to chew on. By backing Iran into a corner like this, has the West finally figured out the Achilles heel of the shadow economy that keeps the regime afloat? I guess only time will tell.